Hey Emma, it's Rick. How you doing? So happy birthday coming up here. You're going to be 25. Holy cow, that's a good age. I'm trying to think what I did when I was 25. Oh, I played in a band.
Hey everyone, Emma here, also known as 8vinyllow, bringing you all another video. Today's video is going to be kind of a birthday record haul showcase. If you're not on Instagram, then you don't really know a lot with what's going on with the youngest members of the VC, take St. Louis. However, if you are on Instagram and you do follow me, you know all about this. Youngest members of the VC, last year we did that Nashville documentary over at the Record Spinners channel. Well, this year, about a week or so ago, the youngest members of the VC took St. Louis, and also Godfrey, Illinois, which is home of course, our very own, VC's very own, Billy Hurst over at Riverbend Records. So that documentary is going to be coming out. There's going to be an announcement made about when that's coming out, and I think we're planning on doing one of those live streams again where we kind of get on with you guys and it's like a premiere and all those things. So keep an eye out for that. And I will post more information on here and on Instagram as that information becomes available. But the youngest members of the VC, we did get together, and the last 2 years in a row, it has fallen on my birthday. Friendship has blossomed into, these guys are my family, and so of course we always send birthday gifts to each other, but it's really nice. I feel lucky that I'm able to celebrate my birthday with these guys, and I was able to the last couple of years. So this year was no exception. I did celebrate my 25th birthday with the youngest members of the VC in St. Louis, and I wanted to showcase some of the records that they generously gifted me. Before I get into that, I just want to say real quick, I did see Cheap Trick, and you may have seen that post that I posted on here a couple days ago of the guitar picks that I caught from that date. I saw them July 4th in O'Fallon, which I mentioned in my previous video, but I also saw them about a week or so ago in Decatur, Illinois, which was in the top 3 of my favorite Cheap Trick shows ever. Such an amazing show. The set list was unbelievable. Not that O'Fallon was bad or any other show was bad. The problem with O'Fallon, in my opinion, was that it was just so hot. And so they weren't really enjoying it. The crowd wasn't really, I was trying to dance as much as I could, but it was hard. But Decatur was the perfect night. First off, I had front row center seats, which was absolutely unbelievable. I usually try to stay close to the front when I see Cheap Trick, but this was front row center. The night, the day started out kind of gloomy and cloudy and things like that, but it turned into a 70-degree, beautiful sunshine night. And the set list was unbelievable. I had heard songs that I've never heard live before in the 20 plus times that I've seen them, including Standing on the Edge. They did The House is Rockin', and I may have heard them do that song once, but I can't recall, so I'm going to count that. They also played a song which I've only heard once before, that's off my favorite album, their debut from '77, The Ballad of TV Violence, also called Ballad of Richard Speck for those who know. But it was just an unbelievable night, and of course I collected guitar picks, and I did show this, but I do want to show them real quickly. Look at this. This is, I think I caught one more pick from Rick that looks like this, but it is shredded to the max. You know that he played the absolute crap out of this. And he threw this to me, I can't remember during which song now, that whole night was a blur, I was just jamming out. But he threw that to me, and when I caught it, I thought that was the neatest thing. So definitely played. This was another played pick that he threw. And then, of course, I caught a couple more during Dream Please. So just an amazing night, and I felt like sharing that story with you guys real quick. I'm planning on seeing Cheap Trick again in September, so fingers crossed with that. Now on to the birthday vinyl and birthday gifts from the youngest members of the VC. We're going to kick off with a DVD. These 2 gifts were from Mike over at Retro Spin Vinyl. Mike gifted me Billy Joel, Greatest Hits, Volume 3, the video. I know nothing about this, but I do really love Billy Joel. So Mike generously gave this to me to add to my DVD collection. What I'm assuming is it's a collection of different maybe music videos and live performances, things like that. But yeah, really, really cool addition to the collection, so he gave that to me. Also gave me Vanilla Fudge. This is an album that I've wanted for some time, and he's been holding on to this in his collection for a while, and then surprised this with me. And by the way, my unboxing videos and first impressions and all these things will be in the documentary, so make sure that you keep an eye out for that. But Vanilla Fudge, classic album from 67 maybe, or 69 or 68, somewhere in there. But really, really great covers of songs that we all love from the 60s, Ticket to Ride, like psychedelic covers. People Get Ready by Curtis Mayfield, which the Ides of March from Berwyn, Illinois do that every live show. They open the show up with that, and it's beautiful, but that's besides the point. She's Not There, Bang Bang, which is great, and so on. Eleanor Rigby it ends with, so fantastic record on that purple and brown Atco label. The next couple records are gap fillers from Dylan. You're going to hear this a lot in the documentary if you watch it, but kind of my goal with St. Louis, and by the way, my St. Louis vinyl record haul is coming soon. I have about 40 records I picked up. But my major thing was filling out gaps. Records that I've put off because I can kind of get them anywhere at any time. I've finally decided it's time to fill that in because I've been saying that for years now. So Dylan came in clutch, and I will let you watch the video to understand this reference, but until then, it smells like Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin debut, classic debut, 1969. This is the 1969 debut on 180 gram vinyl, the Jimmy Page remaster. So, an amazing, amazing compilation, one of the best in my opinion. Rolling Stones Through the Past, Darkly Big Hits Volume 2. I do have Volume 1, the Record Store Day. This is also the Record Store Day release, 50th anniversary Record Store Day exclusive limited edition on this beautiful orange vinyl. Like I said, amazing compilations of song here from Honky Tonk Woman, Ruby Tuesday, Jumpin' Jack Flash, Let's Spend the Night Together. She's a Rainbow. It doesn't get better than this. And then Dylan capped it off with a huge gap in my collection, which all of these are, but especially this one, David Bowie, Hunky Dory. Enough said. So thank you, Dylan, for this. Then Marichen and Jared brought me a couple records and gifted me a couple records. And of course, if you know Marichen, she is the queen of Queen, and she has single-handedly filled out my Queen collection and solo Queen collection. She has sent me a handful of Queen albums as well as Roger Taylor's The Outsider from a couple years ago. So she did fill out another Roger Taylor gap in my collection with this classic album, Strange Frontier. I don't know the date off the top of my head. 1984. I know that this does feature all of the Queen boys on here. I think Freddie lends his vocals on a song, and Brian plays guitar, and John plays bass. So they're all featured on here at some point, but a really just fantastic 80s record from Roger, and you cannot go wrong with his voice. Unbelievable on this limited red vinyl. So fantastic album. The first time that I ever listened to it was a couple days ago when I cracked this open, and I was blown away. So really, really good stuff. Queens, The Game. This is the half-speed mastered reissue, but it does come with this kind of original foil cover that was that I believe was on the original. I think Christian was the one that told me that. But Queen, The Game, it has coming soon, Save Me. It has Another One Bites the Dust on here. So really, really good 80s album from Queen that I finally have in the collection, thanks to the Queen of Queen. Last album that she gifted me was from a band that she actually got me into back in Nashville. It's a band called the Wallows, and I mentioned them before on here. I picked up their Live at Third Man release when we were at Third Man in Nashville, and I really, really got into them. And ever since then, she's helped me pick up their albums, EPs. They did a Record Store Day singles collection, so there's a really, really good modern alternative indie band. But they just released a new album earlier in the year that I hadn't picked up and was holding off. Well, I don't have to hold off anymore because she put this in my hands. Wallows, Tell Me That It's Over, on the indie exclusive yellow vinyl. Great new album from this band. Newer album. Came out a few months ago. But really, really good band to check out if you like kind of modern alternative indie sound. Last thing I'm going to show, this is the first record that I picked up with everybody here. It wasn't in St. Louis or Godfrey, so I'm not going to count it in my major St. Louis haul video, but the first night that everybody came to my place before we went to St. Louis. We ended up checking out a Target and a Walmart. Didn't find anything at Target, but I did end up picking something up at Walmart. Billy Joel, Stormfront, great album from '89, I believe this is, or somewhere in the late '80s. An overlooked album in his catalog, but really, really excellent. I had listened to it again when I got this for the first time in its entirety for the first time in probably 2 or 3 years, and forgot just how good this album is. It's on that Walmart kind of maroon, red, opaque vinyl. But that's not her style. We Didn't Start the Fire, which is okay. The history teacher in me likes that one. Downeaster Alexa, I Go to Extremes, that's Shameless, Stormfront, Leningrad, State of Grace, One in Rome, and so it goes. Really beautiful album from Billy Joel, and again, one that I feel like is often overlooked in his catalog. So there's that. Pick that up. Keep an eye out on our channels, on Instagram, on here, for information about the youngest members of the VC Take St. Louis documentary, and I will see you all for my next video. Bye, guys.